The Patriots, I hate to say it, they got some explaining to do. The Patriots are really, really, really making me question their ability to develop a quarterback. Drake Maye is in a situation where he's going to be judged how he plays the next 2 years. And just like we saw with Bryce Young, the things that are outside of his control don't appear to be setting him up for success. So if Drake Maye becomes the next big thing, I think it's going to be despite a lot of what the Patriots have done to set him up for success, or more importantly, to not set him up for success. Now, full disclosure, I have Drake Maye on one of my fantasy teams. So the only reason I say that is to say, so I get alerts on certain things when it comes to the Patriots, right? I'm following along with a player who is on my team, as many of you do, right? You get a player on your squad, all of a sudden you're more connected. Yesterday's practice reports were this is the only way I can describe them, right? This is just tweets coming through from beat reporters. You know, like in a high school sports movie where they need to, in like 2 minutes or less, show you that the season is going down the drain. So they just put on some sad music and then show a montage of newspaper articles that's like, home team loses by 47. The local star throws 3 interceptions. Home team beaten by rival. And they just just sad music, showing all the newspaper articles. There might be a voiceover from an announcer. And that's going to do it. The home team loses by 35. Season's really hanging by a thread now. That's what it felt like refreshing my Twitter yesterday. I'd refresh my Twitter and it popped up. Mark Daniels of Mass Live. Drake Maye was sacked 5 times on his last 6 dropbacks to end practice. Ooh, that's no good. Refresh. Evan Lazar of Patriots.com. Tough hurry-up drive for Drake Maye's offense. Maye was sacked 3 of 4 plays and threw incomplete on 4th. Line struggles continue. Maye didn't have much of a chance. Refresh. Andrew Ginden, Patriots beat reporter. Drake Maye looked really solid early on in practice, but the defensive pressure from the Eagles has been too much on his offensive line the last few series. By the way, all this was going on during joint practices between the Patriots and the Eagles. All right, one more refresh. Looking for some good news. Taylor Kyles, another Pats beats reporter. Drake Maye would have been sacked instantly on his first drop back of this period. That's as complimentary as you can get to a quarterback that pretty much can't even throw a pass. They're going, he's looked good, didn't have a chance. Sacked instantly. Drake Maye is getting the full Bryce Young treatment, which is we're going to judge you against every other top pick quarterback without acknowledging that you are not being given the same tools or the same support that a lot of those other quarterbacks have been given. I talk about it all the time. If you are drafted in the top 3 of the same draft of someone in your position, congratulations, you're locked for life. Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, locked for life. Or even if you're traded for, right? Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers, top 4 picks, locked for life, compared forever. Drake Maye is going to be compared to Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels this offseason. This season. And in the next few, and for life. The Bears have a really good offense. They have good offensive line, great wide receivers, pretty good running back, good tight end. The Patriots have an offensive line that can't even hold up for one period of... he was running with the 2s for a lot of it. But can't even hold up for one period against the Eagles. They have a wide receiver that can best be described as the best they could do after they were turned down by multiple big-name wide receivers, including Brandon Ayuk and Calvin Ridley and DeAndre Hopkins, who have all in the last few years taken visits or been very, very linked to the Patriots. Their running back can best be described as good at checkdowns, Ramondre Stevenson. Now, I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. UNC fans, you hope it really doesn't matter. You hope Drake Maye is one of those unique competitors who are inevitable, who's like, yeah, I don't have a good offensive line. I'm still going to be great. There's not many of those, but the ones that are, I believe, are truly inevitable, right? When people hit me with like, well, what if Michael Jordan went to the Trailblazers? I was like, he probably would have won 6 championships with the Trailblazers. Like it's maybe 8. Like Michael Jordan was going to be great regardless. You hope Drake Maye is that. It's a big hope. Don't get me wrong. I know that's lofty. And the irony of it is The Athletic put out an article earlier this week, came out I think yesterday, titled From Driveway, King of the Court to Patriots Future, Drake Maye was built to compete. And it was an entire article fluff about all the ways Drake Maye growing up showed that eye of the tiger, that I'm never going to be denied. I am the most competitive person in the world. From the driveway, competing against his brothers in basketball, who are his older brothers, up through, I appreciated a story they told about Drake, after his freshman year, switched high schools from Huff out there in the Charlotte area to Myers Park because he was buried on the depth chart, went to Myers Park, and immediately started lobbying to play his old high school. Coach said, no, they're good. We already have a tough schedule. No. Kept working. Eventually, his junior year, he played against his old high school, and he threw 6 touchdowns and ran for another in that game. Like, good on you, right? Grudge holding, competitive. Those are the stories that get blown to much bigger proportions once you become like a NBA or an NFL champion, right? You hope that's the case, because what the Panthers are doing, playing him 7 snaps in the first preseason game, not getting him even reps that he can benefit from in practice and joint practices because he's being sacked before he can even get through his drop, drafting Joe Milton and then allowing Joe Milton to show sparks. So all the fans are now clamoring for Joe Milton over Drake Maye, which is ridiculous. But we did have a multiple people on our YouTube comments making that exact argument, and we talked about it during Feedback Frenzy yesterday. Like, all of it is just a textbook way to not develop a quarterback appropriately. If Drake Maye becomes super-duper franchise MVP quarterback, it's not because of the way they developed him. It's because he overcame the way they've developed him early on. And please don't make me refresh my my Twitter feed about it one more time, because every time I did, I got more sad yesterday. So I'm not going to do it.